What's up? What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? I just got a short live today. It's not gonna be that long. As many people are aware, well, people that's on YouTube are aware that we lost a young brother today, King Anthony. Young brother was just 29 years old. It was, a lot of people giving tributes to Anthony. Me personally, I didn't really know Anthony, but Anthony used to come over here to my channel. And Anthony used to try to roast me sometimes, but Anthony was coming in on my panel, not on my panel, but in my chat. But he was very respectful. It seemed like he was interested on the things that I was talking about. And during the day, I heard people saying how Anthony was trying to improve his life, you know, and I kind of, sensed it. I wasn't really, because he just always seemed like, he just seemed like the person who was open minded for knowledge. Even though sometimes he's doing that BS, sometimes, he joked around and roasting. But it seemed like deep down inside that he was into, knowledge. And like I say, Anthony always, showed me respect, even when he came to my panel, to my channel. He always gave me respect. And hearing of his passing this morning, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get teary-eyed. I didn't cry or nothing like that, but I felt bad. Because people, I've been seeing a lot of young people leaving here. It's not too many of the older people you hear leaving here. It's mostly the young people, and that's sad to me. That's real sad to me. What's up, 100? That's real sad to me, man. A young man loses his life and he haven't even begun life. It's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking to hear. And my condolences goes out to Anthony's family. Because I know, man, when you're dealing with death of a loved one, it's hard. What's up, the real? It's hard. Because like I mentioned before, between 2020 and 2023, 3 year span during the pandemic, I lost 8 family members, including my parents. you know. So I know how grieving feels. I know how grieving feels, man, and it's something not to laugh about or anything like that, man. You know, it's just sad to me, man. A young man with so much promise who won't have a chance to really live his life. To me, people, that's the saddest part to me. Because Anthony hasn't begun to live yet. Not at 29. Because at 29, I was just able to live. You know, when I moved out of Chicago, I think I was like 32, 33. You know, I just begun my life. And to see that this young man, you know, life was cut short. It's a sad situation to me. You know, that's why when I go to different people channel, I try to go with the utmost respect. Because we have to watch how we treat people. We got to watch how we treat people. You know, going around and defaming and, you know, doing all the crazy shit, you know, the people, man, that's not good, in my opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with roasting. Roasting is all right. But sometimes some people just take it too far. And I always said that family and children and all that shit is off limits. Hey, Keyshawn, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, sometimes when you speak the truth, Keyshawn, you know, people don't like you. You know, people don't like you. You know, because for a minute, you know, after that little thing with Sid and the takeover and all that stuff, I told myself I'm gonna step back. You know, I wasn't gonna hit no more panels. But later on, as time went by, like I mentioned before, I changed my mind. But I said I was just gonna try to keep myself out of the BS. You know, so what I'm doing, I go to different people's channel. I go to their channels not to, you know, I go for entertainment. You know, I like roasting. So I like to hear both sides of the roast. I don't like to just hear one side, then don't hear the other side, or hear one side, then I have to depend on somebody to play the video for me to understand what the other side is saying. Nah, nah, I want to hear both sides so I can make my own observation. without anybody telling me anything or whatever. So, that's how I move. You know, because before, like I said, man, I came over here through KB, watching KB. Then after that, it triggered on down. You know, so that's how that was, man. See, I'd never been a follower, and I never went on nobody's words. I always judge people by their actions, not what's coming out their mouth. Pause. I don't judge people like that. Your actions tell a lot. Words don't mean shit. And that's how I look at people. I'm not going to say I judge people that way because God's the only one to judge. But observing your actions, your behavior, tells everything without even a word coming out your mouth. Now, sometimes people can say I'm full of shit sometimes. That's okay. Because who ain't full of shit sometimes? But even though sometimes I be full of shit, I still be on truth. I still be on truth. Because there's a lot of things that I want to say that I see that's happening, but I just keep it to myself. I don't express everything that I see. What's up, DNYC? I don't express everything I see. I see a lot. See, that's the advantage of going to different platforms. You get to see things and make your own observation. Give your own observation of what you see, not through nobody else's eyes. Because I saw a long time ago that this was going to happen. I saw it. And I'm not taking no sides. I'm just talking as a person per se watching a TV show and they predict what's going to happen on the TV show or in the movie. And I see. But, like I say, I treat this as entertainment. I like to see the roast go back and forth, back and forth, you know. But just when it gets too dark, that's what I don't like. I ain't got nothing against KB, but I don't want to hear no stick talk every day. Now there's no joke. I don't. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. That's why I had the freedom to click it off. When I was on Kwame panel when they was talking about it. He was talking about it at first. He wasn't, this was kind of like the first time he was talking about that little thing that Damn D had. So I would listen to the roast. I went on the panel. But when certain things were said, as you saw, I was quiet. I didn't say nothing really until the question was asked to me. See, I don't like people intentionally try to bring me into somebody else's fight. Now I can understand, okay, I'm on somebody's panel and you know, you want to roast me because I'm on a panel. Okay. Fair game. Fair game. But don't try to get me to turn on someone that I really don't know, you know, to turn on them. I don't have no problem with this person. That's not my fight. I'm on here for pure entertainment. I'm not on here to fight no other man's fight. Now, if you address me, then I address you. What's up, Trump? How you feel, bro? You know, that's just how it is. That's how it is, man. And I pray, man, that this thing with Anthony will wake a lot of people up about real life. I hope this incident will wake people up because life is short. Life is short, gang. See, people tease me or roast me for being 62. Nigga, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, bro. So you can talk about me all you want. Man, I made it to 62. Now, I'm not going to say it was easy. I had some rough times, like anybody do. But I kept my eyes on the prize. As I got older, I bettered myself. Even though I should have started when I was younger, as I got older, I started taking better care of myself. I started going to get checkups regularly. Because as a truck driver, you be so busy in making that money, you don't have time to go to the doctor to get yourself checked out. And while I was a truck driver, I neglected my health a lot. But thanks to the grace of God and my mom, that I started being conscious of taking care of myself and of my health. Because over the years, I saw my parents go down and down and down. You know, I saw relatives' health go down and down and down. Like I said, in 3 years, I lost 8 family members, including my parents. In 3 years, 3 year span. What's up, Dave, Ray? In a 3 year span, man. So then I knew I got to take life seriously. See, I had to realize that I'm not the only one I'm living for. I have a child that I have to live for. that I have to help raise. And my job is to be there and to be the best father I can be. And I can't do that if I'm out BSing or I'm not paying attention to my health. Because if I don't take care of myself, I'm going to take care of my daughter. That's how I had to look at things. See, because each level of my life, I learned different things and I had to mature in different ways, in different, you know, times. I had to change my mental state. I had to change my mindset. When I got in my 30s, I got more serious. Well, I wasn't as serious, but I got more serious. Then when I got close to 40, that's when I decided to start truck driving. You know, because at the time I wanted to get out of the security game. Because I was doing some type of loss prevention, security, bouncer. I was doing that since 1985. When I first started working out of high school, that's what I did. But as life went on, I elevated my life, man. Like I said, I got to my 40s, I got more conscious. When I got to 50, shit, I was almost there. I was focused. Then at 56, I was able to retire. What's up, Shotty? I'm just looking at the chat, man. What's up, Shotty? DNYC. Yeah. And that's what's so sad about Anthony. He's not gonna be able to make them changes in his life, man. He's not gonna be able to improve his life like he wanted to. That's what's so sad about it. He won't have that chance. And to me, that's the most devastating thing about it. This young brother left too soon. This young brother left too soon. But I told Rodney once he get that information for that GoFundMe, to let me know. Because I think after tomorrow, I'm not going to too much be on YouTube because I'm going to be out of town. Because I have a funeral to go to. You know what I'm saying? So I probably don't be on YouTube this weekend. But I catch up with Rodney. Hopefully by then, they have some type of information on Anthony's GoFundMe thing. You know, I don't know, dude. Well, I see, it's different things. People saying different things, man. Just like that Nolan Wells case, man. We just got to sit back and wait. We got to sit back and wait, man. No, Shotty, I was just truck driving, man. You make that money. Truck driving, man. I was bringing home almost $2,000 a week. Shit, man. I was man until before they started cracking down, like with these electronic logs, and I say about the first 10 years, it was gravy. Like I say, I was bringing home like $2,000, a little bit over $2,000 a week. And since they all these different rules and all this stuff, it kind of messed a lot of things up. You can't cheat on your logs no more, and all that shit because they changed everything to electronic. So you can't really do that no more. Nah, Shotty, that's all I was doing, man. Shotty, I was too scared to do that other thing, man. I was too scary, man. I ain't like jail. I ain't like to lose my freedom. I was too scary, man. I was too scary. And plus, I wasn't really into that because, back then, I was definitely black militant. I was definitely black militant. You know. Nah, I pass. I pass, Shotty. I ain't bringing them no shower fight. Fuck that. No. I don't even want to be in that position. I don't want to be in that position. Yeah, Shotty, but I was watching y'all when y'all was coming over there at Grandma Call It and KB Chat. I was on mute. I was just tripping. But Shotty, did you see how they tried to get me in that shit though? I don't know if you was there then. Asking me questions about would I pick up that ding dong and all that shit. Then they tried to give me the question damn sexuality and all that shit. Oh man, don't get me in that shit, man. Oh shit. I never met Dan D in my life. How will I know what he is? I ain't gonna judge that. That's defaming people's character, man. I ain't gonna defame nobody's character unless I 100% know. I know for sure. I'm just not gonna defame nobody's character. Yeah, Shotty. I told you, Shotty, I was peeping it. I was peeping it. I was peeping it. But see, I like Kwame better when he was talking about serious shit. Because, like I say, that's what drew me to Kwame page. When he was talking about serious shit. This part, I don't like. He probably say he don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck either. I don't like. See, Shadi, I'm not fascinated over like NBA players, shit like that shit don't cause Shadi, in my lifetime, I had shot with mostly NBA players, shot ball with mostly NBA players, ex NBA players, and all that shit. So being around an NBA player, that don't fascinate me. Cause you a man just like I am. I hoop just like you hoop. Only thing different between me and you is you made it to the higher level. The only reason I didn't have a chance to make it to the higher level because I was a knucklehead as a kid. I know that, right? Yeah. See, I used to, man, I hooped with Ricky Green, Terry Cummins, MJ. This was after he retired from the Wizards, though. But MJ, man, a lot, man. Bobby Simmons, man, a lot, man. Even though Bobby Simmons is way younger than me, but before I stopped hooping, I used to hoop in the session with them. So I never got starry eyes toward no so-called celebrity or NBA player. Nigga, you a man just like me. No, me either, Shotty. Me either. See, my brothers was my protector when I was small, when I was a kid. But as I got older, man, I carried my own weight. I carried my own weight because my brothers is 7 and 9 years older than me. I'm the youngest. My brothers never used to, when they was at home, used to have me on the wall, on the corner, like body punching me. Man, and make me tough. That's how I grew up. Then when I was, out on my own, that's why I knew how to throw my hands. Because back then you had to know how to fight. Because if you didn't know how to fight, you got punked. Excuse me, y'all. I'm like my ooh-wee. But yeah, if you didn't know how to fight, you got punked. That's how I grew up in Chicago. In my neighborhood, I got a good reputation. That's why them young brothers, them young YNs and all that shit around my hood, old hood, give me respect. Even though I chose not to gang bang and all that shit, they still respected me because once I stopped doing that, I started doing man shit, like going to work. I know Larry Hoover. Barksdale, it sound familiar, but his name sound familiar. I just put it that way. But I know Larry. I know about Larry Hoover. See, Shotty, I was more. Even though we had peace stones in my neighborhood, I was more of a following of like the Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam. I was more on that teacher. I was more into like black unity, like I am today. Oh, Jeff Ford. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, they call him Chief Malik also. Yeah. Cause when I was younger, Jeff Fortnum had their headquarters was on either 39th or 40th in Drexel. That's where their headquarters was, and that's where they used to have meetings. I never went to a meeting. Friends around the crib did, but because they was deep in it. They went to the meetings. I never really went to the meeting. So I really, like I say, I really didn't get deep in it, but I was in it for a minute. But after hearing and bullets flying over your head and all that, man, shit, I was scared straight. I said, fuck this. This life isn't for me. Yeah. And I moved out the hood. I moved out the hood. Yeah. I moved out the hood. You know? And I believe that was the best thing I ever did. Because once I moved out of Chicago, that's when the epidemic really got strong. And a lot of my friends I used to hang with then got caught up in it. Some of them is good now. Some of them is off of it and doing well in life now. But back then, man, that pandemic was hitting everybody. I know you can't run away from it because it was everywhere. But shit, the temptation in Chicago was different. Not saying I would indulge, but you know, it was just crazy. Cause I was always a Mary Jane man. I was like a young hippie. Give me, as we used to call it back in the day, give me my bow and a drink. I'm good. Now it's bow and Kool-Aid. Not Kool-Aid, but lemonade or something now. Cause I don't really drink no more. But back then, shit, it was bow and a drink. You know? No, it was bow, like B-O. Like bow, or you can spell it B-O-E. We used to call it bow. Hey man, you got some bow? Hey man, you got some bow? That's an old saying for your ass right there, boy. Because it wasn't no loud or none of that shit back then. We had regular bow and you had like sesame. A lot of people don't know about that sesame. See that said sesame was the equivalent of like the loud today, because the sesame didn't have no seeds. but it was good as hell. Yeah. Well, one thing I can say about the late 70s and early 80s, they had some good bow. It was some good bow, boy. Yeah, I ain't had none since then till I moved to California. I fell in love with California. Because at the time, I thought they had the best bow in the world. Shit, that was some good shit. You know? And like I said, I moved back to Minnesota after I left California. Then that's when I came back to Chicago. Came back to Chicago. You know? And I'm saying that to say this, man, that, you know, I look back, I look on my life and some of the bullshit I was doing growing up, and even times through my adulthood. But I was blessed to have a chance to correct my behavior. I had a chance to correct my behavior. Because I wasn't always like this all my life, like I am now. It took years and life experience to get to the mindset I am now. Mm-hmm. And now we have a young man who's not going to be able to do that. Now we have a young man who's not going to be able to do that. Because from what I heard, I don't know. What's up, Savage? For what I know, he didn't have any kids. I don't know, but this is what people say it. I don't know. But if he didn't have any kids, that's really terrible to me, in my opinion. You know? The thing of it is, people, life, when you live life, it's like going to school. You should learn as you live life. You should learn what to do and what not to do. You learn this through your life. And the mistakes that you make, you have to have the mindset of not making that same mistake again. Learning from your mistake. See, life is like going to school. You got to pay attention to that lesson. Because when you find people who keep doing repeating the same thing over and over again, that means they're not learning a lesson. That means they're not learning a lesson. You know, like I say, there's nothing wrong with coming on YouTube, bullshitting around sometime. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Because YouTube is supposed to be for entertainment. But you have to be aware and be conscious on how you move in real life. Well, you can't take the BS you do on YouTube and apply it in real life. It don't work. It don't work. It don't work. I guarantee you that. Yup. So rest in heaven, Anthony. Rest in heaven, my brother. Prayers to the family, man. I understand his mother's deceased. You know, rest in peace to his mom. And prayers to his rest of his family. But I definitely know they're taking it hard. You know? And no matter what you guys think about certain people on YouTube, I salute Rodney and I salute the takeover, Biz, for cutting out some of that BS and paying tribute and giving honor to Anthony. Because a lot of things people said about Anthony, I didn't know, you know, but I kind of sensed it because, like I said, when I be on here talking, about things that happen in the world, I used to always see Anthony. So Anthony's mind was open. He didn't say, "I don't want to hear that bullshit." Or he wasn't on that tip. Not to me. What's up, Tail J? He wasn't on that bullshit to me. I don't know what he said when he went to other panels, but when he came to me, came to my page, he wasn't. You know? So my message to everybody, man, when you're on your YouTube and you're doing what you do, man, just keep it at roasting. You know, just like Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones going through some tough shit. So I had a friend of mine. She had a battle with breast cancer. That cancer ain't no joke. That cancer is taking a lot of people out. A lot of people out, man. At a young age. Cause my mother of my child, her friend cousin, she passed away at 45 from cancer. She went to the doctor one day. She went to the hospital. She thought she was just sick. She went to the hospital, and the doctor told her that she was in what, fourth stage of cancer or some shit like that. And you know, when you that at that stage, is any time now. But she just went to the doctor because she felt sick. She didn't know she had cancer. That's how quick life can be taken from you. Yeah, that's why I said tell Jay, because he used to come to my channel, and when I be talking about real life shit, you know, he used to be here. He didn't troll. He didn't do none of that. He didn't do none of that. None. He probably he probably trolled a couple of times when he came over there, but after that, he didn't troll. He'll speak, then to my knowledge, he be listening. So I agree with you, Tell Jay. I agree with you. I agree with you. That's why I say, man, people don't take life for granted, man. You know, if you wake up in the morning, it's never too late to change. Never too late to change your mindset. Yeah, tells Jay. Yeah, cause see, tells Jay, I know about the game amongst his sector. People like to roast each other. I understand that game, you know. But like you say, you can sense people who have good in their heart. Like even though I had that little fallout with G Money and Biz, I still knew that they was good brothers. See, people who I felt wasn't per se right, I didn't watch them. There's a lot of people I didn't watch. Once I watched them, if I felt that it was something I wasn't interested in, you wasn't talking about nothing I was interested in, you know, I stopped watching. Just like KB, I came over here with, following him. At that time, he was talking positive shit, and he still do sometimes. But in this last week, I was disappointed. And that ain't no beef or nothing towards nobody. I'm speaking as a person who, I'm not gonna say a consumer, but someone who's, like if you're watching a TV show, you watch your favorite TV show, you watch it because you like it, and that's how it was. And that's how it is with this YouTube. You know? But yeah, you can sense good people. and by you having that sense, you don't need nobody else to tell you anything about this person because you see everything for yourself. You have your own. You have your own opinion. You know, because I don't watch Damn D all the time because some of the shit that he point out sometimes I see, so I don't have to watch Damn D all the time. Most of the times I don't be at home, especially when he come home. But you know, hey, the only reason I'm on YouTube this much this week because I'm getting ready to go out of town, so I'm doing things around the house. So I have time. You know, I just don't like to be put in the trick bag. See, because that's what I had to get on Sears about. Nigga, don't play games with me. Don't play games with me. I know all the tricks in the trade. I know all the tricks. Don't play no game with me. See? So when you try to play games with me, that's what turns me off. Pause. That turns me off. I don't want to, I tune away from it. I change the channel. If it's something I don't like or something I don't want to hear, I change the channel. Like I said, when KB first talking about that dildo and all that shit, it was funny at first. You know, it was funny at first. But constantly talking about the same thing and saying the same thing. Come on, bro. Come up with some creativity. Come up with another joke. Come up with something else to roast. Come up with something else. Don't say the same thing. Man, because in real life, if I'm with my friends and we roasting and I keep saying the same thing, my friends tell me to shut the fuck up, come up with another one. I get roasted for repeating the same joke. Gotta come up with something new. Gotta come up with something new. If you're gonna roast, come up with something new. But like I say, I'm not picking no side. I like to see roasted go back and forth. But you gotta be creative with your roast, man. You gotta come up with different jokes, man. You gotta come up with different jokes. Repeating the same thing over and over again, man, that joke is dead, man. And a grown man don't want to hear no dinger talk every day. I don't want to hear that. Now, if you talking about a woman, oh shit, I can talk about that every day. I can talk about a woman every day. I don't mean like talk about. I'm talking about just talking, of a woman or whatever. You know, I could do that every day. I don't want to hear no man talking about no dinger and this is yag stuff, man. I don't want to hear that shit, man. I don't want to hear that shit. That's just me. Some of y'all might be different, but that's just me. You know, that's all I say, man. Let's come up with better jokes. Let's not repeat the same joke. Let's not repeat the same joke. Because all I'm hearing is damn D controlling y'all. Damn D is a yag. Damn D is telling you what to do. Damn D this. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. See, you know what this remind me of? This remind me of sometimes how the newer generation, how they talk about LeBron and how he's the GOAT, and they just try to erase, the past players, talking about they're not as good as these players today and they're not as skilled as these players today. Man, that's bullshit. This coming from a brother who played ball. That's bullshit. The only difference in today's ball and the ball back in the day is when we played back in the day, we played defense. And all this Euro step and all that shit, back in the day, that was traveling. Because once you pick up that ball and establish that pivot, you can't move that pivot. You can't do no hop around a defensive player to make a layup. If it ain't a 1.5, nigga, that's traveling. But they changed the rules, and it made offense more easy. They took out the physical defense. They took that out the game. They made the NBA more offensive friendly. And plus, the NBA is not about competition no more. It's about entertainment. So saying that, a lot of things that happened before I came to YouTube, it seemed like, I might be wrong, but it's a repeated cycle. And if I can go on the stuff like I talk about history and all that stuff, I always say history repeats itself. I know some of y'all heard me say that before. And the way I'm understanding and seeing it, the same things happen on YouTube. History repeating itself. Because I don't understand people who used to use Damn D for the things that he's doing now, but now don't like Damn D. Damn D been doing the same thing since I've been on YouTube. Damn D didn't change. See? See, and I don't get mad at people who get YouTube pages and try to make money off of it. A lot of people, that's a lot of people target. But you don't step on other people to reach your goal. That's when you don't never reach your goal, when you have to step on other people. Because YouTube is a global thing. YouTube got a lot of money to spread around. YouTube got a lot of money. If that's what you want to do, you have to put in the work to make that money. Yeah, Keyshawn, that's fucked up, ain't it? That's fucked up. But I don't care, because I don't keep speaking my truth, man. See, people is comfortable with the lies. But that truth made people uncomfortable. That's why when people speak the truth, they get so much pushback. So people don't want to hear the truth. People don't want to hear the truth, Keyshawn. Because me, I want to see everybody succeed on YouTube. That's just me. That's just me. I can't speak for nobody else. I'm speaking for me. And it just baffles me of the different shit that I see going on, man. But it don't have to be. It don't have to be that way. I know, Keyshawn. Keyshawn, before all this, man, every time I went somewhere or probably got on the panel, I used to get flyed out. I used to get red bubble. Sometimes I didn't even say a word. Because, see, some of the people know when I speak, I'm going to speak the truth. See, Keyshawn, nobody influenced me or whatever. No, I never been like that a day in my life. Nobody ever influenced me not to like somebody or to like somebody. It have to be something I see in you to make me respect you and like you, or not like you and don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I go. That's how I ride. That's how I move. So, Keisha, I don't care about the pushback, man. I don't care. That shit don't bother me. Keyshawn, see, I don't let that shit bother me, because shit that happened on YouTube don't affect me in real life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't harp on shit. I don't take shit personal. Like I say what I have to say and I leave it alone. You know, I ain't no woman who gonna keep crying and oh yeah, nah, 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 nah. It ain't that serious. Cause what people eat don't make me shit. So that shit don't bother me. But we have an understanding now. We cordial toward one another now, which is cool. Which is cool. You know, it's cool. I don't hold no grudges. I'm too fucking old to hold a damn grudge. Yeah, he here. He here, TLJ. Yeah. See, Keyshawn, another brother. He roasts me sometime. You know what I'm saying? But, I still treat him with respect. Because I know that's what he like to do. He have fun in doing it. So, hey, it is what it is, man. Like I said before, man, you have some people who like the bad guy, and you have some people who like the good guy. That's why I don't fault nobody who follows certain people on YouTube. Because, people are going to go where they like to, who they like, who they like. They make it's all about who you like a big thing. Yeah. In real life, you going to mess with people who you like. Shit. You going to mess with people you like. You ain't going to mess with nobody you don't like. Come on, Keyshawn. Keyshawn, bro. Come on, man. Everybody ain't no yag because they be in damn D chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta stop putting bad names, label people, that shit if it ain't true, man. Y'all need to stop that, man. Y'all need to stop that, man. Just because you don't like nobody, that don't mean they're a yag. Some people just like to rock with certain people, man. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Call him South Park Pimp. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. That shit be killing me, man. You know, that shit be killing me. You know. Oh shit. So he was a pimp in South Park. Oh shit. Man, y'all be funny, man. But I love it though, man. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. So we need to stop that, man. People need to stop that shit. If you don't rock with somebody and you see somebody that do, man, it's wrong putting labels on people like that, man. It's wrong. Yeah. That's how I feel about it, LJ. It's entertainment, man. Have fun. That's why I laugh all the time. That's why I refuse. Let me say it again. I refuse somebody to raise my blood pressure over bullshit on YouTube. I refuse to do that. I refuse. Yeah. Sometimes I do too, tell Jay. It depends. It depends. You know, it depends. It depends on who's live that day and um and what they talking about. Any other time I'll probably be in the bushes. I speak to everybody in the chat. I'm in the bushes. The only reason why I went to KB panel that time, I believe Nacho, they played that Nathan. Then Nacho told me to come up. Then Kwame asked me that question. You know? Because at first they asked me, what did I say about KB? I said, I ain't say nothing about KB. I just said that, you know, I didn't like what TJ said about Biz's daughter. I felt that was off limits. And I felt that was wrong. Then I told him once, you said that you had talked to TJ and you told him he was wrong. I ain't had no questions for you. You said you did that. So I'm taking you at your word. Then that's when he asked me about that little dinger thing. I said, man, I ain't gonna call Damn D no yag. Cause I don't know Damn D. But I can tell you I won't pick it up. Oh shit. I said I won't pick it up. Me personally, I wouldn't pick it up. You ain't getting me in this bullshit, man. And see, I don't like that. Don't try to put me in no bullshit. And that's what really disappointed me in Kwame. You tried to put me in that bullshit. Because now, before, it was something different told to me. Nate, you shouldn't hit them pounds. You're going to get involved in all this shit and, blah, 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 blah. But as months goes on, I'm stressing that I'm not trying to get into bullshit. But you try to get me into bullshit. To get me to talk against Damn D. Call him a yag and all this shit. No, 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 no. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Well, Tails J, the only thing I can say, man, that is disappointing. It's disappointing, man. It's disappointing, man. You know, I ain't got no ill will or I ain't got no squabble with Kwame or no shit like that, man. But I just felt it was wrong him trying to include me in the bullshit. That's between you and Damn D. You know, that's between you and Damn D. I'm trying to watch the show. I'm trying to watch y'all go back and forth. Shit. I'm trying to enjoy the show. Yeah, I know, Tell J, I peeped that. Because nobody really talked ill about KB. Nobody talked ill about KB. They always gave KB props. You know what I'm saying? They never denied the fact that they built a platform with the help from KB. They never denied that. I know Biz never did. I know that for a fact. So that's when they was saying all what they was saying, even though I was on a panel or whatever, I kept quiet. Because I knew deep down that shit wasn't true. Deep down, I knew that shit wasn't true. But I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm just going to observe. See, that's why you can't idle men or you can't idle man or look up to man. Because man will let you down every time. Man will let you down every time. The only one you're supposed to have that much faith or gratitude for is God. That's the only person. Man, a man will disappoint you every time. Because the Bible says, look out for false prophets. You know, and all that shit. The Bible states that. There will be false prophets speaking in his name. That's why they say words don't mean shit. It's your action. No, not at all. You don't never put your faith in man. Never. Because they'll disappoint you every time. Just like a lot of you guys who had all that faith in KB or whatever, now a lot of you guys are disappointed. See, I don't put nothing past no man. I never, I never put my faith in no man. You know, because man can say one thing, but his action says another. Y'all witnessing that now. Boy, boy, so it feels good to be old and wise. Oh shit! It feels so good to be old and wise, boy. The people gotta realize I might be old, but I ain't no fucking dummy. Oh shit! I ain't no damn dummy. So bullshit, you can't get past me. You cannot get past me. I'll go along with it for so long. But when I get tired, that's it. That's it. You know? The people might say, oh, you gonna get it now, Nate. Ask me if I care. Ask me if I care. Hell yeah. But yeah. Yeah, people, it's a trip. It's a trip. Yeah. But like I say, man, rest in heaven, Anthony. You know, prayers to the family. You know, I hope God keep your hands on you guys. Get you through this terrible moment. You know, and people, let's start valuing life better. You know, let's start valuing life better, man. So I want to thank everybody who came through, man. I just want to do that little thing, you know, talk about a little stuff, you know, on behalf of Anthony. You know, like I said, rest in heaven, my brother. And you know, just to throw other, little jewels in the talk, you know, from an OG perspective. You know, so I want to thank all you guys. Thank Keith Foster. I appreciate you, bro. Hey man, And you guys that subscribe to me, man, subscribe, man. Please. Well, I'm not gonna say please like I'm begging you and shit, but subscribe, man. You know, come listen to me talk about some real shit, real life shit, man. Then, like I say, after that, man, you can go on with your day. Cause I haven't been able to go on live in the morning for the last week because other shit going on. But like I say, when I come back home next week, I'm gonna get back into more history and serious things that's going on in the world in real life. So, like I said, man, thanks everybody who came through. Tell Jay, salute my brother. I saw Shotty and everybody else, man. I ain't gonna read all that shit. Yeah, Keith, I feel the same way, man. People was telling me that, there's no room for my type of channel in this sector and all this shit. Man, shit. Shit. A lot of y'all need this in y'all sector. Shit, need this around shit. Some positive shit. Yeah, that's for real. Like I say, thank you guys, man. I'm about to get off this thing. Get ready for bed. Or not necessarily get ready for bed, but just chill. Probably watch a movie or something. Let it put me to sleep. Then if it's God's will, I wake up in the morning and begin a new day. So prayers to all you guys, man. Like I said, thank everybody who came through, man. I appreciate it.